Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bitcoin and Chill podcast. I'm your host, Faisal, and my co host, Marco. What's up?
Thanks, man. It's good to be back. And today we got our special guest, Unknown Racer. No, of
It's a
course not.
mystery.
This is someone you know very, very well from the middle of our community or the top of our community, a leading leader by the name of Cyril. Cyril, nice to
He's
meet
not
you.
Cyril, is he, Cyril?
Is he? Well,
Double check. Yes.
he is.
Me. Mining race.
That's super cool.
Cool.
Nice to have you here on the podcast.
Likewise. It's a
Welcome
pleasure.
to the show.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, so with the Bitcoin and Chill podcast, you already seen one or two episodes, 3 or 4 parts maybe, and you heard a lot of different stories, different ideas, different angles about crypto. And I think personally, we have one of the most interesting stories, like a Bitcoin origin story. You already told me you like this story a lot.
Yeah.
So we want to hear your story of how you came into Bitcoin for the first
But
time.
maybe before it, we just want to know Cyril. Some people don't know him, right? So
Yeah, sure.
I think you tell us, who is Cyril?
Yeah, who is Cyril? Like starting with the
Who
most
are you?
difficult question.
Yeah. Who are you?
Who is Cyril? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very simple to answer. It's the 44 young years old German guy, Hamburg guy, who grew up in a small place in Hamburg. And this young guy started playing soccer with 6 years.
Okay,
You know, and in the end
Yeah.
of the day, I played for the German national U16
Nice.
team, and I became like the more I get more love for basketball.
Okay.
And then I saw basketball. Michael Jordan came up,
Yeah.
and then I started around 13 years old playing basketball. And then after around 3 to 4 years, I became pro.
Nice.
And then I started to play first league in Hamburg
Yeah.
and national team as well, U21. And then some thing happened. You know, I was like a deliverer,
Yeah.
driver.
You were a driver for
Yes,
the
yes, with the motorcycle. And then of course every time in Hamburg it rains.
Yeah.
And then in the end of the day, I had a bad accident, so I broke my ankles. And in the end of the day, my, let's say, career was over.
Yeah.
And then I started to go to the college, to the university. And then I
At
started
what age when you entered college?
around 17 and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
Oh,
started.
that's quite some time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit. So then, I went to college, and then I opened my first company in 2007,
Nice.
transport and logistic industry, and we delivered all the goods in the entire world.
Nice.
And then also I was 17 years in the truck,
Wow.
delivered good myself. Yes.
Really? Yeah.
And,
Original German trucker.
Yes, with
Yeah.
my headset, always like, to connect to the people,
Yeah.
My brother asked me, what are you doing? 12 hours a day in a truck with no sense.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
with the CB radio frequency. Yeah.
Exactly, back in the
Yeah.
days with the CV, but then I switched to headphones, smartphone. It's easier to
Yeah.
connect to the people, and then
You traveled Europe, or was it only in Germany with the trucks?
no, first of all in Europe.
Okay.
First of all in Europe, everywhere. Switzerland, Italy, Austria, and so on and so on. Spain.
It's exciting at the beginning, right? So it's like tourism packed with business in a way.
Yeah. For
Exactly.
the first 2 weeks. Yeah.
For the first 2 weeks, and then
Yeah, but we can already hold the point that you have been a traveler and also a social guy since the beginning. Like,
Exactly. I love to connect to people in the end of the day, And then my thing was also listen to radio podcasts anyways.
Yeah.
And I love the stories behind every one of the human beings. And then I became like, we all are networkers from the beginning, from baby on to now.
Yeah.
And I started to connect with people, and of course started several businesses from my truck.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I had a lot of time, to educate myself with audibles, and
it's
listen
like
to books.
in the past, the best businesses were founded in garages. But I
100%,
feel like now there's a business that reached the top that was founded in a truck.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
That's
never
something
thought-
new.
That's the first. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Interesting, really.
Excellent. So that's okay. We got to know Cyril. Then what's your crypto or Bitcoin journey? When did you start? How did you hear about Bitcoin? Was it positive, negative? Maybe a bit of that. I think a lot of community members will relate to our stories that we share, and we try to do it on every episode. because you always relate. You're like, yeah, something similar happened to me, or I entered into Bitcoin the same way he did, or
Exactly.
So maybe some info about that, your experience or your start.
Yeah, sure. So also let's say the crypto, Cyril was founded by my brother, by my older brother.
Okay.
He was 4.5 years older than me, and also like professional American football player
Wow. Okay.
in Germany. And he was also a developer. He developed applications for smartphones, Android and Apple.
Nice.
And he started to introduce me to crypto in 2009.
Okay.
Some projects,
That's really
Yes.
that's like the first year of crypto, you could say.
Yes. I was 2 years self business owner.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, come on, I'm business owner. What do you want to tell me? Like, what's crypto? What is coins? I don't know.
The
what
regular
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And I said, come
I
on.
cannot touch it.
Yes, it's not real like this. And the end of the day, it's like, okay, I do my business and you can do your business.
Yeah.
And then he showed me one project, and it sounds interesting. He taught me about ICOs, initial coin offerings. We can start with buying 1 cent coins.
Yeah.
And let's wait for the launch, and then maybe it increased to $1.
Yeah.
I said, wow, it's 100x.
Yeah.
He said it's possible. I said, well, let's
High
see.
risk, high reward. That
Yes.
Yeah,
So and then he said, like,
Yeah.
let's put some in, because some big television shows were also promoted this project.
Yeah.
I said, we know this television channels, and then let's give it a try. And then I put 1,500 euros in.
Yeah.
And after 3 weeks, there was like the website error 404. So I didn't know what that mean. And I asked him, he said, maybe it's a marketing joke or whatever it is. But then it ends up like the first scam in my life.
Okay.
So then I lost the first 1,500 hard work euros. With my truck, I drove all the day truck, and then I lost, let's say, easily 1,500.
Wow.
This was my first impression.
Yeah, easy come, easy go. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we have to hold the fact that, this is a very early time. This is like the earliest time of crypto we can go back. So crypto back then was really, the Wild West of technology.
Yeah.
So everything could happen around every corner. And we need to be happy that we were in that spot, having these scams, having these failures. But today, crypto is, I would actually say, compared to that, a very safe place.
Yeah.
Even if you take a look at wallet apps today that that verify that this is a real Bitcoin address you're sending to before you're sending, all of these safety features we didn't have back then.
We had nobody to teach us about crypto. Like we talked on our first episode, is there was no proper education. There's probably 2 YouTubers, some guys on Reddit putting their feelings. I think this project will go up.
Yeah.
Why? Well, one of the co-founders studied in Harvard. I was like, so what? Thousands of people graduate on a yearly basis from Harvard. Doesn't mean they're all amazing people and trusted people. And like you said, the ICO thing, it kicked off. In 2017, it was the biggest thing. The reason why it kicked off, I believe, because Ethereum was an ICO and it was successful. So they thought, okay, any project on an ICO portal that you can invest earlier will become like Ethereum, which is not true. Right?
It cannot be.
It cannot be. Yeah. So you got a few amazing projects through ICOs.
Yeah.
And the rest didn't make it. Some good intentions didn't work. Some are full-on scams. And this is the biggest school. Is you need to be scammed at least once in your life to learn the hard way and not to repeat these mistakes.
I'm actually very happy you got scammed that early, right? And also what I wanted to say. This is really part of the journey. So I don't think there's anyone that don't have this moment. And I think it would be very, very weird if you didn't have a story without a scam in it.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly.
So this is it. But at the same time, we need to come to the point where we know this time right now is very, very much more safe than that. We can verify 100%. Projects in a very different way than we could back then. And if we want to talk about how you came to Mining Race, I think that plays a part in that story as well, right? You could verify the project, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have a few projects also before that you want to share before you joined Mining Race?
Of course. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my first contact with Bitcoin was in 2010.
Okay.
In August. It
Wow.
was my brother said, "Hey, I have another one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next special tip, and then
Yeah.
he said, like, it's now Bitcoin 35 cents. I
Yeah.
said, this is totally different. You said before 1 cent,
Yeah.
and now we talk about 35 cents.
Yeah.
Come on, it's
Too
like,
expensive.
yes,
right?
it's like,
Too expensive.
what are you talking
Yeah.
about? And I said, come on, leave me alone. I drive my truck, I have my business,
Yeah.
everything is perfect. But
Of
then
course.
I was like, I thought I'm the smartest person on earth,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
business owner, and went to college and
Yeah.
something like that, special one.
Yeah.
And then I was the clumsy guy, like.
Yeah.
And then I found out 8 years later on the biggest German newspaper.
Mm.
It's a Bild Zeitung, and there was like the topic, the headline: Bitcoin $18,000.
Yeah.
I said no. I called my brother 5 o'clock in the morning.
Did
I
you
said,
buy me? I said yes. I
Yeah.
said
I said,
you didn't hear me. I said buy me, please, at 35 cents.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, can I have them now?
Yes, he said. I said, please tell me that this newspaper is not saying the truth right
Yeah.
now, like always. And he said, it is the truth.
Yeah.
And then I stopped by, and then he showed me the chart on his 48-inch monitor.
Yeah.
It was for me huge, back then it was huge, but now it's 48, it's normal,
Yeah.
like it's done at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the start, Genesis, 2009, of course, 35 cents, and then goes along to 2018, $18,000. I said, no way.
Yeah.
yeah.
I could invest $50 back then, but I
Yeah.
was too pride, or too proud.
Yeah.
So this was
But
my
it-
lesson.
But I think you told me before, on that evening, you really had $50 in your pocket,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
So, and you decided not to buy Bitcoin at 35 cents.
I bought some food from the Turkish restaurant
Yeah.
for 2 friends of
I
mine.
don't know which story is worse, the pizza guy or your story. I'm
Yeah.
still confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
deciding.
It's about the same amount.
It's the kebab version. you
Yes.
know?
Yeah, the kebab version.
Yeah.
So we have a pizza day, Bitcoin pizza day. We should do a
Maybe if you can
kebab.
find out the day, we can have a Bitcoin kebab day.
I can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't want to.
Yes. Same and happy, sad and happy at the same
Yeah,
time,
because
right?
I feel sorry for
But-
the guy. They kept interviewing him, embarrassing him in public, and he still goes out and talks about it. If I was him, I would just hide.
Yeah, but he's in TV, right? The
Yeah,
Bitcoin pizza guy
That's
and
right.
stuff like
He's
that.
made his money the other way.
But now you're in TV as well, so
Yep.
I'll find your way. Yeah, I think these kind of things, I'm very happy that they happened. I think you have a story like that as well.
Yeah.
I have a story like that as well. But in the end, I'm very happy you didn't buy Bitcoin at 35 cents. I'm very happy that I sold my Bitcoin at around $2,000 or something.
Yeah.
Because in the end, now we're here,
Yeah.
right? And what we're doing here is actually such a big impact on so many people out there, and I'm much more happy about that than having the money early on in my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, we actually share a story together because I came to Mining Race together with you, but maybe the moment of you finding Mining Race for the first time, maybe give us that feeling, the impression you had, right?
Yeah, like Faisal asked me before, like we had several companies before, We
Yeah.
tested a lot of them because every day a friend of mine came to me, hey, so we have a new one. This makes us rich.
Yeah.
Let's try, let's go for it. And of course, it's a natural being. The human beings are a little bit greedy.
Yeah.
Some more or some less in the end of the day. And of course, I tried a lot. And the most of them failed in the end of the day, but we learned a lot from these failures, of course, like in sports. And I get a phone call from a friend of mine. He's Austrian, but he lives in Monaco. And then he said, "Cyril, our let's say friend in between is moving to Dubai. He came to you.
Yeah.
You have to meet him. Sit with him. He will show you something."
Yeah.
And I know this guy, of course. I worked also with this guy 6 years before, and he was the CEO from the big company internationally. And then, of course, I know if he has to say something, it's real.
Yeah.
It's not
credible
a game.
source.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
And then I sat with him here 1.5 years ago, and then he showed me everything. Then we
Yeah.
came up in this showroom.
Yeah.
I met the founder Sulema RFI, and we spent here like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And Rado said, hey, surprise for you. My brother is here. I didn't see him 3 months.
Yeah.
Now he's here, and now we can speak with him 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like very honored to sit here. And then he talked about insights from his background and family life and so on. And then
Yeah.
I knew, because of you guys, of the founders and co-founders. I'm very honored to be here in this project because of your let's say your credibility. Yes,
yeah.
this is for me the most, because you guys, build up Dubai in this kind of way where we are right now. So this is what I told my wife. Like, I think we have luck right now. With these founders, So, and the rest is, I think it's history.
No, we appreciate and we feel it, from the community.
Yeah.
It's a topic before we, had opened up this podcast. Me and Cyril had to talk about, community mining. It's like we're the biggest family. Honestly, we made best friends and everything all through, Bitcoin and mining and educating each other. It's like a big family, right?
It truly is.
Yeah.
It truly is. Because actually we met before mining race, and it is about building trust in so many different situations. Like, right, you get to know a human before you get to know a business, right? And we got to know each other, and I think the wavelength was adjusted to the same frequency very, very fast, right?
Yeah.
And so when he found the company, he was actually calling me and telling me, "Yo, you have to look at this, because this is very interesting." And you know what I said? Man, I'm busy. I'm busy, and also I know about Bitcoin mining because I have been Bitcoin mining in 2014, and I'm gonna look at it, but later. There was another call, and I said, "Oh, busy right now," and there was another call, and at this moment I was outside in Germany, raining, of course, and this phone call, he said to me, "No, but we need to speak right now. We need to do it right now." And I was sitting in the rain. I said, "Oh, okay," because there we have the most important point, because you said community mining a system we're doing, and it's all created by the community, and that was a real community moment. A friend saying to another friend, "You need to listen to me now because this is important." And I listened, and looked at it, and he said, "You need to come. You need to come to Dubai and take a look at that." I did take a look, and the rest is history. You could say as a finishing sentence, but I just want to join you on that impression that I had, because on my first visit in Dubai,
January 2025.
yeah, and they made it possible for me, for someone who is not really even involved in the business and all of that. They made it possible for me to view the company in a 100% transparent way, and to get to know the founders, like basically on my first day of everything, right? And this is where I knew what you have been telling me is nothing more than 100% of the truth, and so we are here right now, and very, very honored about that. I love our story, man.
It's like, also when I started meeting the community, everyone's like, listen, mining is not only Bitcoin. You can mine other coins and everything.
Yeah, sure.
My from the journey of the launch of mining race, Bitcoin was 26K. So we enjoyed the momentum that went to 126K in a short time with the people. It's like, we don't need to prove anything. It's Google chart. Oh, you can check how much Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we always say Bitcoin proves itself. The company doesn't need to. The mining machine doesn't to. The asset that you have in your wallet in the mining race is proving a point. It's nobody else, because that's actual facts, and value is within the Bitcoin. But why do you think people should not mine other coins? Why do you see Bitcoin the future? I have my opinion. I'll say it before you share yours. Is look at the top 20 coins. I think only Bitcoin made its all-time high from the previous highs, right?
Yeah.
Ethereum didn't make
Exactly.
Solana. None of the top coins didn't make their all-time high. Maybe a few coins here and there, but Bitcoin 4-5x. The rest didn't even make their previous all-time high. So why only Bitcoin? I believe that's the only reason. There's always demand for it. Right?
The answer doesn't need to be pinpointed on the price, but that's a good question. Why only Bitcoin?
Why Bitcoin?
For me, in my perspective, is like very simple answer. So if we see, or if we can see the first price of Bitcoin, 0.004 against all-time high 127, something like this, thousand. it's only mathematics.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, I thought I'm a smart guy, like I told you,
Yeah.
but I was a clumsy guy. You know, I was like blind. You know,
Yeah.
and in the end of the day, it's all technology. We knew people. They open up their laptop, let's say in 2009, and start mining with the mining power from the laptop. So back then, so like they are all developers, you know.
Yeah.
They understood the technology behind, and I was like, no, it's a scam. I'm the fool. You know, at the end of the day, it's super simple. Like the adoption, what is happening right now. I try to tell the people, read between the lines, not the national TV channels internationally, please. And then you see everything, you know, the biggest banks, adoption here, adoption there, you know, treasuries from different countries. They're building treasuries in Bitcoin. So for me, it's like heaven. Because why should a country putting all their money, let's say, in Bitcoin treasuries instead of gold? So for me, it's like it's 1 + 1 and Dubai is 11.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, this is like the next big thing, and I think like the people will see in the end of the day. Let's wait for the next halving. Of course, there are another points, but in the end of the day, I'm very sure that let's say an average, what Rami is saying always, or you, Bitcoin is increasing. Let's say slightly 30% a year. If you calculate that year by year, you can see what happens in 10 years.
But I'll take 10%. No bank gives me 10%.
Exactly.
So
nothing happens.
You know, it doesn't have to be.
At the end of the day, smart money, big money is only searching a way to you know, get away from inflation of fiat currency. And even if we only have this, it would be enough. The freedom that the technology gives us, you know, of the blockchain and the decentralization, I think there's the biggest worth in it. And you know how they say about Bitcoin, it has 4 stages, right? The first stage is disbelief. I mean, how can this be real? And then the second stage, entering, you know, the rabbit hole and learning about money. The third stage, this is interesting, I'm investing in Bitcoin. And the fourth stage is just calmness, because you feel the safety of it. Did you feel the safety when coming into Bitcoin?
200%.
Yeah.
So like now I also could not believe my own words. But if somebody asked me 5 years back then, Cyril, you will live with Bitcoin and blah blah blah, go away.
Go away.
This is like, for me, it's like it's nonsense, you know. But now also my wife, we can feel it, we can see it, we can live it every day. And also the kids, you know, our kids are little Satoshis. You know? So our 3 daughters, like, oh my gosh, we want to become big Bitcoins, you know, and they started also mining, of course, and they are very happy.
But that's first time I hear, you know, kids getting to mining, and then, because it's their future. I feel our future, you know, when you're past 40, you don't think about yourself anymore, because you had 30 years of thinking about yourself. So now you think about your family, either, you know, the layer 1 family, which is your, you know, mother or father, or your kids. You always, you know, you retire your parents and you take care of your kids.
Exactly.
So the shortcut is Bitcoin. That's what you're saying.
100%.
I love how he talks in developer terms, you know, the layer 1 family.
Trust me, even if you're not a coder, but if you're in the Bitcoin domain for 80 years, you start learning code just to understand why does this happen or what is this, you know. Also to sound smart.
No, I think really, this is what I said a lot of times before. I had a lot of friends in technology, IT, coding. You know, we spoke about that, and sometimes you know, there's a huge difference from somebody who came from a technology background to somebody who came from a sports background. And then you see, even when I deal with technology a lot, there's people that I look at and say, what is he talking about? So there's levels to it. And I think if you want to get into these kind of levels, there needs to be a passion, you know? Same with the sports. If you want to go for the Olympics, it needs to be a passion, right?
100%.
And so I see a very, very highly developed technology, like or new ideas in technology, and I'm very sure always it needs to come. It has to been created by some kind of passion. And I needed to be reminded of that when I came to mining race. That's when I saw it. I saw if somebody does that, what Mining Race is doing, that has to come from a big passion for it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. Also, we were talking earlier about, everybody talks about decentralization, everything, but it's so easy to throw that name, decentralization, but you can always prove certain projects wrong. You're not decentralized, in a
Yeah,
way.
of course, of course.
So mining has started, the way mining started was pure decentralized, I have a laptop at home and then I'm cool now, I have a graphic card, and then I can mine more or whatever. And then realized, right, okay, there's demand for mining. It became centralized, which is like kind of fighting against Bitcoin. It's like, I'm just using you, Bitcoin, I don't really believe in decentralized. I need the money, thank you. I need to print the Bitcoin, which I can sell. So unfortunately, mining went south that way to centralized ways. Like, give me 10,000 next year, whatever I mined with that 10,000, I'll give you. Like, you don't know what's happening. So that's what pretty much is, right? And there's all these cloud mining and whatever, which none of them are around anymore. There's new ones, but they don't last more than 6 months.
Of course.
Right? So do you think, with your experience, decentralization mining is one of the key factors that triggered you like, okay, I need to join this project? Like, is that?
Of course, 100%, because all the people are lost in hope in the end of the day, because of course they got scammed a lot.
Yeah.
And especially the Germans. I think that's the most skeptical nation in the world.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, if you became with people who are the most skeptical people on earth, became the strongest community in the project, it's like a proof. So I'm very proud of that the people are jumping from the negative side to the hope side, let's say, and start to educate themselves.
Yeah.
And of course, we have a lot of stuff from you guys to educate ourselves in this business, in Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining.
The books.
Yes, your books especially. Like, we are very, very happy that you have that you created these books. Like, for everyone to understand.
Yeah.
Also, my children are reading Crypto and Chill.
Yeah.
So because this is let's say we call it the Crypto Bible.
Yeah.
And then you can start it from A to Z.
No, I appreciate.
Honestly, this is like, for us, it's like heaven. And also if the people say, I don't know much about Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. Okay, go and check out these books. It's for free.
That's what we need to do. Like, eliminate all the excuses.
Exactly.
Just be honest. If you don't want to get in, don't get in. But don't say, I don't know. No, we will tell you how to do it.
Exactly.
You can read it, and you can back all the information in the book with ChatGPT to see, is this information correct or is he lying?
Exactly.
It's backed by facts. So they're all stats that are here. So
but I also think this point that are people that are saying, I don't know how it all works. I think it only comes from the part that this is not a thing in their everyday lives. Because also, cars are in their everyday lives.
Yeah.
People have no clue how an engine works, but they're driving the car, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're making possible with Mining Race, isn't it?
Yeah,
so we're making Bitcoin mining possible without understanding it first.
Yes.
Getting into it, driving it, and on the road learning how the engine works, right?
Exactly. It's like get in, like you mentioned the other word with some testing the waters type of thing.
Yeah.
And then educate. Yes, we've given the education. No other platform in the world has all of these facilities, full on educational, and it keeps growing. You see there's always additions and new books added and educational programs coming. So it's like learn and earn, literally.
Also, you need to say it, because it's not normal in this world. All of this is for free, right? It's all this education is for free, and at the same time, not even the education that is coming from the company itself, but the community that is now standing. Everyone is interested. Everyone wants to become a teacher. They go in there and they learn and they teach their people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is already a huge movement. If you think about that, the company has, where we are right now, 1.5% of the
Mining power of the world,
global mining power of the world, and think about what that means. What are we in terms of Bitcoin? What part of Bitcoin are we? How many people do we have? And these people are constantly teaching others about Bitcoin, decentralization, blockchain, mining. What impact do we already have in the world, and how big will it be?
And calculate the numbers. I don't know
100,000.
exactly how many people we are in, but in the end of the day,
100,000 plus minus. But
let's say like this. And how many experts from these 100,000 are inside of that?
Yeah.
How many percentage? Let's say 5%.
Yeah.
Let's say something like this.
Sure, yeah.
So 95% of this community built this the fastest driven Bitcoin movement.
Yeah.
This is
Exactly.
actually
Crazy, yeah. In 2 years. Yeah.
Yes.
A community made by housewives,
Yes,
car mechanics.
yes.
Yeah.
School teachers I met the
School
other day.
teachers,
She's like,
Yes.
everyone.
I'm
With the-
retired now.
Yes.
You know.
There's one. We have a police officer, ex-police officer.
Yes,
He's now a
yes.
crypto expert, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I love that.
So this is like
Yeah.
this is the thing, you know. At the end of the day, I love this like kind of self-awareness. You know, the people like saying like, okay, I become a Bitcoiner, or let's say a Bitcoin believer.
Yeah.
And also, I say like in sport language, let's say, what happens to kids? Let's say a 7-year-old boy.
Yeah.
He wanted to play like a superstar. He go to a Nike store,
Yeah.
buy a tricot from Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yeah.
take it on,
100%.
and then he's like confident.
Yeah.
And goes out and said, "Let's rock
Let's
the
do
world."
it. Yeah,
This is it.
Yeah.
Just give it the frame, and that's it. And if the people see, oh, I get my hands easy on Bitcoin, then what
Few
will happen?
clicks, you start.
Yes.
There's no such thing. You know,
Yes.
it's not.
Yeah.
Back then, you have to do a really long contract, a hosting contract, and you have to pay monthly for the hosting. And 1 month, if you forget, you know what happens? They disconnect the machine because they'd rather get somebody that pays the hosting. Why are they wasting space and electricity? And then you're like, sorry, I forgot last month. I didn't pay the bill. Well, there's a reconnection fee now,
Yeah,
and
of
the
course,
previous
of
bill.
course. Yeah.
So you need to pay. Then you pay it, and then okay, now I need to withdraw. It's like you need to reach $10,000.
Yeah.
It's in the terms and conditions and very.
Yeah.
So that's why these companies don't last more than 6 months, because one guy has a terrible experience, and you know, and there's no community. It's not community driven, right? It's an individual with a business. They don't know anything else, right? But community. That's I feel the contribution mining race to Bitcoin. It's it was at one stage 1.8% of the mining power of the world to keep the network moving. The mining is the heart of Bitcoin survival, right?
Yeah.
And the network. So other than that, how many people are on board Bitcoin that were never ever in Bitcoin? Roughly 95%, we'll say, right?
Yes.
So 95,000 people in 2 years never knew what Bitcoin is, or heard about it and never did anything with it, are introduced to the market. So the market's bigger, and it's retail market. Don't forget, institutional market is something, like I said, it's opinionated. I'm not the biggest fan. I think Bitcoin needs to remain for the people, by the people type of thing. That's what it was designed. It wasn't designed for companies to even look at it. It
But
was
if it's
fighting
not-
companies.
If it's not restricted, it cannot be restricted to anyone, not to companies as well.
to anyone, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's a race. The race is to decentralization.
Yeah.
You know, it's rather than having 10 companies or institutions or countries running Bitcoin, I'd rather have 2.5 billion people contributing to Bitcoin and running Bitcoin. You know,
That's such a good point. And we need to make that clear.
yeah,
Mining race being a race
yeah,
for the real thing, for the good thing.
yeah.
It's not a race for your, getting $1 million Lamborghini,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It is a race for the much more important things.
Yes.
And I love to see that if we think about what founders, what actually you had thoughts in
Yeah.
their mind when founding this company, saying,
the
okay,
name, yeah.
what can we do for decentralization? What's better than decentralizing not the most important currency in the world, Bitcoin,
yeah.
but decentralizing the creation of it to as many people as possible?
Yeah.
That's a mission, that's a goal. And I think the difference from the companies you just told us about, they're writing bills and whatever. This is a company founded to be a company, to be just a company that is profitable.
Yeah.
And I think this is a company that's founded to reach a goal, to
And
go
purely
after a mission.
community driven.
Yeah.
It's not like mining race is dealing with corporates and they have a relationship and they mine for them or whatever.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, sure.
it's just for the people. There's no button switch to corporate. No, it's,
And I mean we have the best proof of that right here. So the whole company is not going in a direction where it sells to corporate people. So it sells to individuals, like we said before, housewives, the car mechanics, and everyone.
Yeah.
And we have the best proof of what's happening right here, because you're a normal guy. You're not a crazy, let's say superstar. I mean, to the people here in this community, you are a superstar, but you don't behave like these kind of people like that go on stages and
Yeah, and
make fun of
oversell a
it. Yeah.
product. You will
Yeah.
become a millionaire tomorrow. You know?
You're really not that.
Yeah.
You're just a normal, very humble person, and people love that. And I think there's a lot of people coming back to you. So what you really earned is so much positive feedback from people. So maybe from you, we can hear what is the things that people bring back to you that are in the community that basically you bring mining race to them. What is the things they're bringing you back? What are they saying to you?
So we have like every 2 to 3 days our Zoom calls for the German community, and we still keep doing it, of course, in this frequency, because we love to have a platform for everyone to join, for everyone to ask questions. No stupid questions.
Yeah.
Like, of course, in the end of the day, it's like 50 questions, all the same, but different type of view in the end of the day, but all the same. But we will answer every question.
Yeah.
If somebody said like, "Oh, I'm sorry for the stupid," no, there's no stupid question.
Yeah.
It's 100% totally okay.
Yeah.
And they ask the question, they get an answer, and they are very thankful.
Yeah.
They said, "Thank you for your, let's say, job." I said, "No, it's not my job.
Yeah.
I'm not an employee from the company. I'm also an investor here. Let's say I also have my mining cards running and machines and so on. But I want to give something back.
Yeah.
You know, like my mother. You know, she raised me up, and now of course I give something back.
Yeah.
This is like appreciation. You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the people are very thankful for this support, for this kind of. It doesn't matter if it's my downline or a cross line. We don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody can join, and the people say we are thankful that we can put our hands easy because of you.
Yeah.
In Bitcoin,
That's fine. Yeah.
or on Bitcoin. This is like, you know, they joined also the movement, let's say,
Yeah.
because Apple is also a hype.
Yeah.
It's not the best technique or the best technical parts, but it's like a hype. It's like a momentum.
Yeah.
It's a movement.
Yeah.
It's a brand.
Yes. Yes.
And also Mining Race became a brand, maybe now a small brand, but we are the fastest driven Bitcoin movement, and the people love to be in a movement.
Yeah.
And be a part
100%.
of a movement. So we are all one.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, the people feel also like we are a big team.
Yeah.
We are all doing it together, and we are pulling on one rope. So
Yeah.
this is what the people, every time I get goosebumps every day if I have Zoom calls. The people say,
Yeah.
"Thank you, heart are flying," and so on.
Yeah.
I love this kind of feedback, you know?
So it really goes way above the money aspect,
Exactly.
the profit
beyond
aspect,
that,
right?
Yes, we say also it's not about the money. You know, if you put the money aside or the Bitcoins aside, what will stay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's appreciation. The people are thankful for this opportunity to be, or let's say to go on the journey to be independent. It's exactly what you said. It's not to become rich or a millionaire. It's not about that. People are maybe thinking like, okay, if I earn $1,000-$2,000 a month more, I'm free.
Yeah.
And this is it. And we
It's crazy,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And we did it.
Yeah.
We I don't know, 1,000 people, something like this,
Yeah. Yeah.
are, let's say, everywhere in the world. Maybe they have their salary and they doubled their salary.
Yeah.
They are free.
Yeah.
And this is for us like this is independency.
Yeah.
If the people become independent, and this is like because of Bitcoin, and this is because of you.
Yeah. I mean, I believe. I mean, it's an amazing speech, I would say, honestly.
Yeah, true.
But it aligns with like the mining race, the company, its vision, along with the community vision. Like I said, contribution to decentralization, but then contributing to the Bitcoin ecosystem with 120,000 new wallets. 120,000 new wallets equals 120,000 new holders in Bitcoin. That would never have existed maybe without mining race.
Yeah,
So, and this is just the beginning. So imagine it's in hand, you know, the business side and the community side working together to get people into Bitcoin. And I always say, you've heard me say this, we are all the CEOs of Bitcoin, you know, or we are all Satoshi. So you're working for you're your own CEO, and that's the only company, you know, everybody tells, oh, you become your own CEO, and you watch these podcasts and books, you know, self-help books and all of that. But that's the actual reality is somebody comes, I'm the CEO of Bitcoin. Yeah, you're not lying, you're mining, you're contributing to the network. What does a CEO do, you know, to Bitcoin? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. We are all the CEOs of Bitcoin, and a lot of people miss that, and the communities are built based on this. There is no CEO of Bitcoin changing his mind tomorrow. Well, we're shutting down the network. Thank you for your contribution. Other projects in crypto, this happens because they have a CEO, and sometimes every company needs a CEO, we understand. But then you remove the emotional element. What if Elon Musk comes tomorrow and says, I don't like Dubai. I'm gonna sell my Tesla stocks. I don't have Tesla stocks. I'm pure decentralized. But as an example, it's like, this guy hates me. Why am I, showing interest in his product? Or or same with other coins that one day he's like, I don't like these guys, whatever, and I'm gonna sell his coins. To be honest, dump it in the market. Bitcoin, you remove the emotional element as well. You bring the human element. I think as a human, a full human
100%.
who makes rational decisions and does mistakes and fails with other projects, and then coming back to the reality.
Good point. Important point.
Yeah.
There's
Bitcoin.
not the emotional component inside, and
Exactly.
as I said before in a video today, also the trust just replaced by mathematics.
Yeah. Trust the code.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Also, this has been I think a fan favorites episode, right?
He's popular. Everybody knows him, man.
I say that now, but you can see the view numbers here, and I know it's going to be a fan favorite because let me just say that from all the feedback we also hear about you. You are a fan favorite, and we were very happy to have you here in this podcast episode. Thank you, Cyril.
Thank you very much. I
We'll do
appreciate it.
another one in a few months.
Hopefully,
Yes.
inshallah.
You're already invited to season 2.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can keep the mask.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next episode.
Thank you.